to another video. Hope you're doing well. My name is Cynthia. If you're coming across my video for the first time, you're welcome. To my returning subscribers, you guys are highly welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this short dress. To know the amount of fabric you're going to cut out, you measure right from your back midpoint to where you want it to be. Mine is 17.5 inches. So cut out 17.5 inches fabric and add extra 2 inches to it. So I have my linen fabric here. I have 2 yards of linen fabric. This is the back and this is the front. So I will be cutting the front and the back together. The front is folded into 2 and the back is also folded into 2. The back is 1.5 inches wider than the front because of the zipper allowance. The dress full length is 40 inches. So I'll be making the upper part 26 inches and the lower part, that's the flare, 14 inches. So we'll go ahead and place the measurement. This is my starting line. And shoulder to bust is 11.5 inches. 11.5 inches. Shoulder to waist is 17.5 inches. From waist to hip is 9 inches. So the first one is from shoulder to hip, that's 26 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and connect the lines. This is the bust line. This is the waistline. And this is the hip line. So this is 1 inch for sewing allowance. Normally my shoulder measurement is 8 inches divided by 2. I'll be adding extra 9.5 inches to it. I'll add 1 inch for hemming allowance. So I will mark 3 inches for the neck width, 1.5 inches for the back depth, and 3 inches for the front depth. I will go ahead and connect it. This is the back neckline and this is the front neckline. So we go to the side here and mark 1.5 inches for shoulder slope. Like you can mark 1 inch, but I just prefer to take 1.5 inches. So I'll connect it to the neckline. So this here is now my arm opening, 10 inches. And this 10 inches is my arm opening. I'll place a quarter of the bust measurement right on the bust line here. The bust measurement is 42 inches. Divided by 2 is 10.5 inches. I'll mark 1.5 inches for sewing allowance and mark ½ inch for ease. I'll mark a quarter of the waist measurement. A quarter of the waist measurement is 8.5 inches. I'll mark 1.5 inches for sewing allowance and ½ inch for ease. So this is the hip line. I will do the same thing for the hip. A quarter of the hip measurement is 11.5 inches. I will add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance and ½ inch for ease. I will go ahead and connect the lines from bust to waist and then from waist to hip. So from here I will go down by 2.5 inches and make a curve here, connect it like so. I will come inside by 1 inch right from here. This will make the sleeve to relax very well. Connect it from here to this 1 inch. So I will go to the waistline. This is the waistline. This is the zip measurement. I will go inside by ½ inch. Take it up like so. This is to eliminate any zip bulge. And then bring it down. I will go ahead and cut it out. And we cut out the back neckline. I will add 1/2 inch for joining it at the shoulder here. So we cut out the back neckline. I will cut out the lower part as we move on. So we'll go ahead and cut out the facing. I'm cutting out the front facing. Fold the fabric into 2. Place it like so. I'll mark 3 inches round. Connect it like so. I will cut out the back facing as well. What I'm going to do is I'll use the facing to turn the neckline. I will stitch the facing right from the wrong side because I'm turning the facing to the right side. This is the wrong side. I'll fix the facing right from the wrong side and turn it to the right side. So after I've done that, I will stitch up here and attach my zip. I finished using the facing to turn the neckline. I stitch it right from the wrong side, turn it to the right side. This is the right side. I fold 1/4 inch inside and stitch it very close to the tip. I did the same thing for the front. 1/4 inch inside and then stitch it very close to the tip. I've also attached the zip. So what we are going to do next is I will join the front and the back together before cutting out the flare. I will lay it against each other, right side facing right side. I will stitch the shoulders with 1/2 inch. After stitching the shoulders, now use 1 inch to stitch the arm opening round. Then use 1.5 inches to stitch the side. Remember, 1.5 inches is our sewing allowance. So guys, I finished joining the front and the back together. I made a notch here just to make the side relax. So we're going to be cutting the lower part. I'll measure what I have here because I just left 1 inch open here. I want to split my flare open. I'll measure here and see what I have. I have 25 inches on this side and 25 inches on the other side. That's 50 inches. So I'm making full flare for the lower part. I will divide the 50 inches by 6.28. 50 divided by 6.28 is 7.9. I'll just round it to 8 inches. 8 plus 14 is 22 inches because the lower part is 14 inches. I will cut out 22 inches. I'm cutting out full flare. I'll fold my fabric into 2 like so. I'll fold it again. It's now folded into 4. So I'll measure 22 inches round. That's the full length. 22. So I measure the radius. The radius is 8 inches. I measure 8 inches round. Normally the radius is 7.9 inches. I rounded it to 8 inches. I will cut it out. I'll split both sides open. I'll open up the dress. So I get the dress, take one piece. I'll just stitch this on this side. Stitch this on this side, and then stitch this on this side. I will stitch it round with 1/2 inch. After I've done that, I will join the side, both sides. So guys, I finished joining the flared to the upper part. I stitch up both sides after joining it. I use 1 inch to hem the lower part. That's it for today. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, like and share, and if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you. Bye.